This is the Barbecue Central Radio Show, which is recorded live each Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Barbecue Central Radio Show is being brought to you by The Barbecue Guru, the original creators of automatic temperature control devices, now offering 4 different models for you to choose from. Rest easy knowing that The Barbecue Guru is controlling your pit temperature so you can get on with your life. Visit bbqguru.com or call 800-288-GURU for more information. And by Fred's Music and Tasty Licks BBQ Supply, your online barbecue and grilling superstore. From cookers to grills, wood chips and chunks, and everything in between. Also be sure to try the Tasty Licks barbecue brand of rubs and sauces. Check Fred out online at tastylicksbbq.com. And by Stephen DeFranco Jewelers. Located in beautiful Willoughby, Ohio, Stephen DeFranco Jewelers is a family-owned and operated business looking to service the great folks of the barbecue and grilling world. Get free shipping and big discounts by mentioning my name and the term Barbecue Brother. Check out their inventory by visiting StephenDeFranco.com. And by Butcher Barbecue, with 30 years of experience in retail, wholesale, meat markets, food service, and customer service. Using that experience, everything they do and sell at Butcher's Barbecue comes from real-world knowledge. Check out their award-winning spices, sauces, marinades, and injections by visiting ButcherBBQ.com. Always trust your butcher. And by Green Mountain Grills. Discover something you'll really, really love. Grilling with pellets. Green Mountain pellet grills are the top of the line, best of the best, but not the highest in price. And be sure to check out all of their flavor rubs, sauces, and pellets for the Green Mountain Grill, all on their website. Visit greenmountaingrills.com to peruse the entire products portfolio. And by Barbecuer's Delight Wood Pellets. 2/3 oak, 1/3 flavor wood, giving you that perfect combination of BTU burn and sweet, succulent smoke you're looking to get all over your meat. A wide variety of flavors, so please go to the website to check it out and get yours today. Barbecuer's Delight, which is bbqrsdelight.com.
Happy to have you aboard here for the Really Big Barbecue Show.
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
It's got a lot of power.
Come on, Greg. You're asking a guy whose team name is Pellet Envy. So obviously the answer you're going to get is no.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Fine. How you doing?
Charbono. It's all about the Charbono, dude. I just like being anywhere with Junior, Senior, and Diva.
Sounds like a whole other type of movie.
Wow. Yeah, really.
You could use it to fight off creeping marauders looking to take your steaks off your grills.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle.
But listen, Lavernius, shut your face.
How hot is Kelly Ripa in person?
Kelly Ripa is super hot. She's absolutely delicious.
Oh, yeah.
You could butter baste her and pint Twinkies with that girl. She's delish.
Well, to put it briefly, let's just say I went to school.
There's no Robert Porker who's in charge of pig meat out there.
Is it not correct to properly classify you as Harry Sue's pit bitch?
I was his pit bitch for 6 weeks. I have no shame. I was. Keep it hot, keep it clean, keep it lubricated.
Succulent fish. What?
This right here is the premier media outlet.
So did you see this one? Tiger Woods has gone ahead and checked into sex rehab. Hey, Tiger, guess what? Everybody's addicted to sex.
I'm shaking like a dog shitting peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Who? Top men.
All right, well, let's just hold it there for now. Welcome back to the second hour of, where to go, of the worst show ever. Wow, bad, man, bad. All right, coming up in about 9 minutes from now, Jason Baker
from Green Mountain Grills. Maybe. This is a lot. If you're hearing me right now, it is 10:05 Eastern Standard Time. You are either listening live on the website, thebbqcentralshow.com. You're also potentially listening live via one of the many applications. TuneIn Radio, which is a free app. You can also go to iTunes, launch iTunes, go to radio, and then under Talk/Sports, under B, it's BCRN, Barbecue Central Radio Networks. You can listen right there as well. So we'll see how it goes, up and running. Still pretty decent. This is how it used to be, old school radio. This feels weird because I have like my old, it's like the old stomping grounds are back. No one can see me. I like that. I'm guessing I don't have to worry about some other stuff. By the way, winner of the Smoke and Scully's, Don G. Good for you, Don G. If you're listening, email me your shipping info. I'll get that to Brian. And if you're listening right now, call in 877-448-0433, 877-448-0433. And you can win a $10 gift card to the Barbecue Superstore, thebbqsuperstore.com. Just call in right now. I'll put you right up. You don't even have to answer a question. You can just say your name and where you're calling from, and you'll get a $10 gift card to the Barbecue Superstore. So go ahead and call in for that as well. All right, so I had a great bit to talk about in regards to, first segment, saying something along the lines of, you've probably noticed that the show hasn't been around for a couple weeks, and we're having computer issues and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, well, it looks like,
big stuff out of here.
Same thing's happening. Go figure. Hold on a second. I'm getting a message. Blake, I'm listening live right now. Way to hang in there. Blake, you way to hang in there. You way to hang. Because I feel bad for my man, Jason King, because I didn't get to stand up like I was going to do this segment and show the fact that he sent me a barbecue food for you hoodie, which is awesome and very warm, succulently tender. So thanks to Jason for sending that along. Also, without the video, you can't see my personally autographed Jaden Hare Steamy Kitchen Healthy Asian Favorites. Can't see that. If you want to win the $10 gift card to the Barbecue Superstore, just go ahead and call in 877-448-0433. It's very easy to do. It's good to have that TuneIn Radio app, right? It's an ass saver. I know John Dawson is listening to that. John, worried about my bit rate streaming out. The fact of the matter is this. Prior to 2 weeks ago, I've been streaming at 96 kilobits a second for the last 4 years. So, trust me, that ain't doing anything to crash this computer. I can tell you that with 100% assurity. I don't know exactly what the fuck is going on and why this is crashing the way it is. But, whatever. 877-448-0433. Or if you want to be the first one to email in the subject line, BBQ Superstore. And you can win a $10 gift card doing that. The Sam's Club race began 2 weeks ago. We're going to be talking with Rob Bagby in about 35 minutes from now. That began in Tampa, Florida. It's moving on to the regional round now in Hendersonville, Tennessee. But coming out of Tampa, of course, top 6 teams move on to go to the regional round in Hendersonville. Swamp Boys won it. We'll be talking with them. Blitzkrieg Barbecue, Big Papa's Country Kitchen took 3rd place. Hot Wachula's 4th. The Blue Moods 5th. And then last spot in, 3 Eyes. 3 Eyes. Area code 904. Name and where you're calling from.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville. Land, no offense, sir, but land of the rednecks, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah? All right. Who is this?
Blake Moody.
Blake, how are you, buddy?
Hey, good, man. How you doing?
Oh, man, not very good, but I appreciate you sticking with me and making that jump over the audio side, which is a man's game, so I certainly appreciate you with the hanging with me. You probably want to be listening to Rub in about 30 minutes, right?
That's the Florida ass kicker right there.
Yeah, no doubt. Florida connection going on. Nobody cooking more extravagantly or well than Rub Bagby right now. Blake, can I get you that $10 gift card to Barbecue Superstore, buddy?
Oh, man, that'd be great.
All right. If you could, just shoot me a quick email and put Barbecue Superstore in the email address heading, and I will get that over to Richard Parker. We'll get you hooked up.
All right, bud. Great.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in tonight.
Yeah, man.
There he is, Blake Moody. Die Hard. I got to be honest, it's a little weird not being on camera right now. Never thought I'd say that. It's weird, huh?
Get that freak stuff out of here.
Sorry, guys. Blake wins. He called in. All right. Let me get out. Got to do the sponsor reads. I'm probably one behind. Gang, if you're like me, you're always thinking of ways to step that barbecue and grilling game up a notch. There's no better or easier way to do that than by adding a little Butcher's Barbecue to your arsenal. Need some validation before you head on over to Butcher's Barbecue? Shame on you. You don't need it. You listen to this show, you know how well it is. You know how good it is. You know how awesome it is. ButcherBBQ.com is the website. We all know Butcher's well known for their injections, the pork, the beef, now the Prime injection, which has combined all the things loved from their beef injection using its award-winning flavor enhancer and its ability to keep your brisket juicy. They have combined it with what has become the competition standard in beef flavor. It's available for sale right now on ButcherBBQ.com. Now, perhaps you are looking for a go-to rubber sauce. Friends, you've hit the mother lode right here. Butcher's Barbecue, a full line of award-winning rubs. One of my personal favorites is the steak and brisket rub. But grab some honey rub as well, which garnered a lot of attention last year. Try that premium rub, especially if you inject with Butcher's Barbecue, because it's formulated to work with the injection. Perfect 1-2 punch to impress judges and friends alike. Last but not least, don't get me started on the Butcher's Sweet Barbecue Sauce. Look, when it comes to sauce, I'm as picky as it gets. And Butcher's Sweet Sauce wins every category for me. Not overly sweet. It's got that nice slice of tang. Good amount of back-end heat. And for crying out loud, no liquid smoke. Dave Bosca took the time and effort to make a quality sauce. And he didn't take the easy way out like most people do when they add that devil's urine, better known as liquid smoke. Grab a box of 6 because it will go fast. And no worries when you're talking about shipping. It's not going to break the bank. Items totaling up to $55 ship at $8.50. From $55 to $200, ship at $9.75, and anything over $200 ships free. That's cheap. Head on over to ButcherBBQ.com. That's ButcherBBQ.com. And, as always, check out whatever else they have going on. Trade-in program. Heard there's a new chicken thing going on that Dave and I haven't touched base with yet because I'm not important enough for him. Probably forgot he actually sponsors the show because of my crashingness. We're back, baby. We're back. And we're going to be back with Jason Baker from Green Mountain Grills right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
All right, we are back. 877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com are the two ways to get in touch with me. Having hellacious technical issues, but we are bound and determined to continue on. I don't know why, but we're gonna. Well, people are listening. Crying out loud. I made commitments to people that mean a lot to me, so that's what we're going to do. All right. The popularity of pellet cookers continues to grow. Convenience that these units deliver, second to none. The end product that they turn out just as good as any other cooker on the market. Some would even argue better than other cookers on the market. Joining me now, the Director of Sales and Marketing for one of the top brands available today. Let's race over that, Hannah. And grab Jason Baker from Green Mountain Grills. Jay, how are you, buddy?
Good, Greg. How are you?
I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. It started out great, and somehow we have redacted all the way back down to what it used to be like 2 years ago when we were doing the straight-up radio, no video or anything, which I love. I mean, that's the bread and butter. That's how the show started. That's where the popularity is from. Believe it or not, that's still how the majority, we get 150, 200 listeners / watchers, live every Tuesday. But look, it's a niche show. It's a Tuesday night. There's got to be 50 other things that you could possibly be wanting to do besides parking your ass in front of a computer for 2 hours from 9 to 11. But then the download side, which is just audio, is like $50,000 a month.
Right.
So maybe I'm trying to do way too much. Maybe I need to go back into hide the face, go back to regular old Barbecue Central radio and, cater to the masses. You're a director of sales and marketing, Jason. You tell me.
Well, it's one of those things where I think if you get it all right, you're going to be all right. But right now it's just one of those days where it looks easy to go back, but you'll get it all together. I'd stick with the future here.
All right, so we're talking with Jason Baker, Director of Sales and Marketing from Green Mountain Grills. Of course, the website is greenmountaingrills.com. Jason, before we get into the main topic for tonight, how is Green Mountain Grills doing right now? Sales good, dealers good? What's your outlook right now?
Yeah, everything looks really good. We had a fantastic 2012. We were up pretty big from the year prior. We've got a ton of dealers selling our products throughout the country. They're happy with us for now. I think that we've done a great job. Everything that we've stood by as far as our ability to not go into the Costco's and the Walmarts, our ability to not go into selling online or playing that game on Amazon, I think has boded well for us. So I think we're sticking with that model, and we see 2013 being an even better year. So we're happy.
Would getting into Walmart be like that was a conscious thing to not do?
Well, I think that for a lot of not a lot, but there are definitely competitors out there who are looking to take that route. Yes, to get into the Home Depots and the Lowe's and the Walmarts and the Sam's Club and the Costco's. I think there are plenty of manufacturers that would love to. They would see that as a coup. I would see that as, frankly, a nightmare. But that's my opinion.
Why is it a nightmare? I mean, if you're looking at it from my perspective, a guy that has no vested interest in your business, and goes, geez, you could get into a Costco or you could get into a Sam's Club, and they're all over the country, and there's going to be thousands of people that are going to walk in a door because they're probably going to place it nice and right, especially during the grilling season, and they're going to walk right up to it and go, holy shit, this thing is like super cool, and what are pellets? That's how I'm thinking, but that's not what you're thinking.
I don't know. Right now, pellet grilling is in its most nascent stages still. There aren't a lot of people that understand it. Like I've said before, 15 million barbecues sold and maybe 150,000 pellet grills last year sold. So you start putting those all of a sudden in big box stores, people are going to want to ask questions. What do these do? What do you know about these? I don't think you're going to have the people on the floor being able to represent pellet grilling very well. And I think that that will lead to a lot of returns. I think people will get into a situation where they just won't be comfortable with the unit, and they'll bring it back. So the model that we see that works best are the dealers out there, the brick and mortars, the small businesses who really do a great job of knowing everything, ins and outs of this product. So if something's not working properly, they know, oh, this thing's not lighting, it's an igniter, and they switch an igniter, or whatever. this is a product that has moving parts. It's like an appliance, and it's a specialty appliance. And right now it's just not known to the public. So I would say it's not to that realm where you want to be in that kind of environment, because I think it'll be a nightmare for you. Jason Baker joining us here on the show. GreenMountainGrills.com is the website. Jay, we talked a little bit last time, about that strong, reliable dealer network. You just kind of made reference to it to help the brand out and get it out there in the public. Are you meeting those benchmarks that you put in place as it relates to dealers? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are. Everything that we forecasted, we're achieving. Everything that we've put out there for ourselves, we're achieving. So we're very delighted with where we are today. And like I said, we have a comfort level around where we're going in the future. It's not to harp on this too much, but it is difficult for us who we've been in the market here now, our 5th year, going on 6 years here. And we're starting to see a lot more players. And now I've seen a new player come into Lowe's. I've seen a new player come into Home Depot. And so I'm seeing that market start to get saturated a little bit. And I just hope that the dealer network, can keep doing what they've done, which is basically represent pellet grilling. They've done it. They did it for Traeger for 20 years, and now they're doing it for us. So I hope that they continue to do that. For the folks that might not be as familiar, can you give a little quick talk up on the models that you currently offer? And then, of course, we can get into that new product. Yeah, absolutely. So bread and butter is the Daniel Boone. Lately, we have been selling a lot more Daniel Boone remotes than the Daniel Boone standard. We have 2 options on our grill. It's stainless steel or remote, or both. But with the remote option, people can basically take their grilling inside. They can be completely away from their grill with the remote, sitting at the television, changing the temperature up and down, seeing what the internal temperature of the meat they're cooking is from the comfort of their home, inside, since it's cold outside. That also gives a warning for a low pellet alarm. And you can also kick it down into what we call our fan only mode, which basically stops the augering of the pellets. It's a safety feature to where we completely shut out the fire by simply turning on the fans. That's about a 430 square inch cooking space grill. Weighs about 155 pounds. Our next model is our Jim Bowie model. Notice the theme here: Daniel Boone, Jim Bowie. The Jim Bowie is a 600 plus square inch model with basically the same kind of options that the Daniel Boone has, just much bigger cooking space. Fantastic grill. And obviously we do manufacture our pellets as well. We have a premium gold blend pellet that we've sold for the last 5 years, and we're coming out with a fruitwood blend pellet, which has been tested very, very well for us, and is going to be, it's pretty much available on the market this week and next to start. And the next project that we've been working on for probably a year and a half is our portable grill, and that's what I want to talk about a little bit here tonight a little bit more. The portable grill is something that I think a lot of people have tried and really tried to hone in on what people want. The RV market, the NASCAR market, the football market, you name it. Even from the barbecue circuit standpoint, I've heard definitely people talking about the fact that they'd like to try to cook with 2 or 3 of these because they're portable, yada yada yada. Anyhow, pull all that together, and you have we've taken all of that input and come up with this grill, and we've taken a long time to do it because we want to make sure we're getting it right. And basically what we're coming out with is a 12-volt model with a 10-pound hopper. It's going to be about 57 pounds. It's going to have legs that fold into the handles. It's about 32 inches by 21 inches by 32 inches again with the legs open. So that gives you a picture of how tall the unit will stand when it's on its legs. And it's got about half the cooking surface as the Daniel Boone. So it's still going to have a lot of cooking surface. And it almost has a 9-inch clearance as well. So all these things that we've done are things that we've taken from everybody in the industry, from all those folks that I've just named. That said, hey, this is what we want. Whether it's the RV market that says we want this to fit underneath our carriage, or it's a competition guy that wants to take 3 of these out, and what can I handle? What kind of power do I need? All that good stuff. We've put this together into a grill that frankly we're very excited about.
What kind of a hopper capacity does it have, Jason?
10 pounds.
Okay.
And the thing weighs 57 pounds, so it's still a sturdy piece of equipment.
Yep.
And I actually cooked with it. I've cooked with it numerous times, but I cooked with it in depth most recently in December, and it doesn't use a lot of pellets. That's the one thing I would tell you about it. It's truly efficient as a little cooker, and I think people are going to be really satisfied with this. We haven't honed in on the price yet. I'm not going to release that yet, but I do believe it's going to be landing somewhere in the $349 to $399 range.
Right.
So our goal with this, Greg, is to really introduce more people to pellet grilling. For the smallest model that we used to have, the Daniel Boone, that's still $750, and that's a lot of cheese. So we're hoping that with a price point at half or a little bit more than half, this is going to be more appealing to more people.
And I guess the thing that I'm taking away from it right now is the fact that when you're talking about tailgating, when you're talking about portability of a cooker, and then having the pellet technology that this unit is going to give you, it's not like you're going from your $1,000 Weber gas grill to a $45 Weber Smoky Joe where you can fit 4 hamburgers on it. This is going to have good cooking capacity. You're going to be able to feed a family on it, and you're going to be able to take advantage of that pellet grilling as well.
Absolutely. I mean, even the demographics that we looked at in putting this together, it's going to be something that works its way into the condo market, the apartment market as well. So it's interesting because most of those HOAs, they don't allow charcoal or gas, and they do allow electric style cookers. So it's going to be, we think it's going to be a great product. We've definitely invested a lot of time and energy into it, and obviously money. And I'm going to be showing it off at HPBA in Orlando here in a couple weeks. You're not going to be down there, are you?
Are you flying me down on the corporate jet? That's a no.
Oh, you still have sounds?
Oh, sure.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you had that. Okay, good. Yeah, so I'll be down there showing that grill off. We'll be cooking. We've got an outdoor booth. Obviously, we're there to show it off to existing dealers and potentially new dealers. We're pretty excied about it. So,
Jason Baker joining me from Green Mountain Grills, sales and marketing director. GreenMountainGrills.com is the website. When do you have a projected for sale date on it yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable in saying that the for sale, it's going to be interesting because we've got a lot of orders to fill into the May month. So they'll be coming in end of April and all throughout May to begin with, but those orders are filled. So they will be getting out to our dealers at that point. But I believe that they'll be steadily available or readily available in June.
All right, and then is it same type of temperature range that you're going to find on any of the other cookers? Is it going to get up to 450, 500 degrees? It's going to do like the smoke to 200 and then, the varying temperatures in between?
So what we did was we basically put a smaller version of our controller together, completely digital with our same up 5-degree temperature up and down. We're going from 150 all the way to 550 on this. And every one of these will come with a digital probe.
So really kind of pulling out all the stops and giving a lot of value-added features that other cookers might charge you extra for to tack on to like a regular size model.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, basically, this grill, we try to do that, Greg. I mean, that's really part of our business strategy as well, is to not nickel and dime everybody on upgrades. That's just not what we do. If you buy our Daniel Boone model, you're going to get everything that you ever wanted, minus a remote, which frankly is a want, not a need, right?
So basically what you're saying is you are not the big green egg of pellet grills. Nickel and dime for accessories. Are you kidding me? And that's what it's about. So, all right, so we're looking for like a summer-ish type of landing for this cooker. And even in the instant chat here for the people that are still hanging on, they sound very excited and very positive about at least taking a look at this. And then, the price point, like you said, less than half of what the next closest model is to Green Mountain Grill. So, look, I'm a big believer in not buying cheap to buy cheap. Especially in barbecue, it's almost like you get what you pay for. And when people tell me, I went out and got the $40 Brinkman or the $40 whatever, I'm like, God, I worry about you because that's something, because you're saving money, so you think, that could turn you off to the whole recreation or sport or whatever you want to call it. And I don't want to lose anybody. I want to add people. So, I always tell them, buy the best, cry once. Instead of crying over and over again, shelling out $40, it ends up being 50 or 60 times on a piece of crap.
That's right. And by the way, there is a poll right now on About.com that has us listed as one of the top 5 pellet grills of 2013 by the Reader's Choice. So we'll have to see where that ends up, but anybody that wants to go and vote there, they can find that link on our Facebook page or our Twitter page, or go to About.com and go through the list. What else is on there, and something I didn't talk about and I need to talk about if I've still got a couple minutes.
Sure.
We are on About.com, I'll tell you this too, on best barbecue sauces, one of the barbecue sauces listed on there by Reader's Choice is a rooftop barbecue sauce.
Yeah, rooftop. Love rooftop barbecue sauce. Love it.
Yeah. So we have joined forces with Rooftop Barbecue, and we are going to be putting out that barbecue sauce under the GMG label. So we're doing a co-labeling effort with that sauce, and we're going to try to get that sauce out there more to our dealers, and obviously Rooftop's existing dealers. So we're excited about that as well. And that will be we'll be basically ready to launch that here in the first week of March.
Very exciting stuff. Lots of good things going on. And, of course, we're talking with Jason Baker, the Sales and Marketing Director for Green Mountain Grills. Again, the website, greenmountaingrills.com. Jayden, really appreciate you hanging out tonight and talking about this new cooker and pellet grills in general. Good luck at HPBA. Let me know how that turns out.
Yeah, I definitely will, man. And, hey, I'm sorry you went through all this tonight, but it'll get better.
All right, Jason, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thanks, Greg.
Take care. There he is, Jason Baker, Green Mountain Grills. Class act. Very excited about that. And you say tailgating, and that almost gives you like a stigma, right? It's a tailgating cooker. Look, it's portable. You're going to be able to take it to some places that maybe you otherwise wouldn't. And what's wrong with that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So thanks to Jason for doing that. All right, folks, let me talk to you quickly about Steven DeFranco, a barbecue junkie and a barbecue dealer to the stars when it comes to high-fashion jewelry. Hey, folks, we had Valentine's Day a couple weeks ago. Look, you don't need any special occasion to buy yourself something nice, or your wife something nice, or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your same-sex lover, whatever it is. You go to Steven DeFranco's website, Steven DeFranco, StevenDeFranco.com. And then you check out his full line of inventory. If you find a watch, if you find earrings or necklaces or bracelets, you name it. You give him a call, 440-943-2700. 440-943-2700. And you say, hey, Steve, I listened to the show. I'm a big fan. And I would like the barbecue brother and sister hookup. Watch the dollars fall off. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't take advantage of this. People always ask me, should I mention you? Should I say really that I listen to you? Hey, if you're rolling fat and large and you don't need to save dollar bills, don't bother. Do me the favor. Don't mention my name. Don't save money. But if you're like the majority of us, you can save $1 and you can still get high-end jewelry, a watch, a necklace, diamond rings, diamond earrings, whatever. Why not take advantage of it? 440-943-2700. 440-943-2700. Ask for Steve when somebody answers the phone. And then again, let them know you're Centralite, you want the hookup, and you're good to go from there. All right, we'll come back with Rob Bagby from Swamp Boys right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back. Yeah. By the way, I do record all of those awesome parody songs. Thank you very little. That was my imitation of Fred Durst. He's a redneck guy from Jacksonville as well, just like Blake Moody. No offense, Blake. Your chance to win a Texas Pepper Jelly 3-pack of rib candy from Craig Sherry, flavors handpicked by the pitmaster himself. The Texas Rib Candy rib sauce was created as a finishing sauce for the ribs or a finishing glaze. It is a brushable, pourable sauce that can be applied to almost any step during the cooking process. It also blends very well with your favorite barbecue sauce. Texas Rib Candy is a unique product that can also be used on a variety of meats. Don't let the name Rib Candy fool you. No. Try it on chicken, lamb, pork tenderloin. And it's amazing as a glaze on grilled veggies. You can even use it as a dessert topping if you want. Sure, why not? All right. Send me an email in the subject line, Texas Pepper Jelly. And you can win a 3-pack professionally picked by Craig Sherry himself. Good luck.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, we are back. 877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. Thanks again to Jason Baker for joining me and talking about... Whoa. I'm getting a terrible idea. Thanks again to Jason Baker for joining me from Green Mountain Grills. Talking about that new cooker. Portable. GreenMountainGrills.com. Summertime-ish. And the winner of Texas Pepper Jelly is Becky Johnson. Becky Johnson wins Texas Pepper Jelly. Wow. Look at Becky. I'm hoping that's a lady. And not some guy named Becky. That would be weird. Imagine if your name was Becky. All right, let's see if we can't raise up this Rob Bagby fella. Oh, shit. You can't hear it, but I'm getting his voicemail. Come on, brother. Let me see. Where am I at on reads? All right. Let me do this. We'll give Rob a second. Folks, when we talk about buying stuff on the internet, I got to get these in. Give me a break. When we talk about buying things on the internet, we got to deal with people that we like, businesses that we like, people that we trust. I think we can all agree that sometimes you're looking for things that you can't find in your hometown or the town over from you or whatever. You're forced to go on the internet and deal with those people. Who knows who you're dealing with? That internet grip sets in, the hands start to sweat, your neck tightens, and you've been screwed on internet purchases before and you don't want it to happen again, after all, this is your hard-earned money you're spending, you need to feel confident that you're buying from a company that's honest and fair. Great news. Let Fred Bernardo and the gang over at Tasty Licks Barbecue relieve you of your internet buying stress. Tasty Licks has one of the most complete inventories of barbecue and grilling items anywhere on the face of the earth. All the items that you see on Fred's website are in stock, and they're ready to ship to you directly. Tasty Licks carries grills, smokers, ceramic cookers, electric cookers, various charcoal types, wood chunks, chips, cookbooks, accessories. If they don't have it, you don't need it. And on top of all of that, Fred carries many of the other show sponsors in his store as well, so you're almost doing this 2 for 1. Shopping at a show sponsor and buying sponsors' products, best of both worlds. And don't forget that Tasty Licks has their own line of sauces and rubs as well. Sauces and rubs, very popular these days. From time to time, Fred will also throw cooking classes. He just did one this past weekend from the guys at Three Eyes Barbecue Team. I'm sure that went fabulously well. Tasty Licks Barbecue is the place that I go to get all of my barbecue supplies. You should too. Trusted online retailer, proud sponsor of this show for years. Let Fred show you what you need to do. You listen to the show, you hear the live reads every Tuesday. Let TastyLicksBBQ.com become your official supplier of stuff for your grills, cookers, smokers, whatever it is. That's TastyLicksBBQ.com, TastyLicksBBQ.com. All right. One read left. What is this? My phone has your number blacklisted. No! Well, call in. Nothing like a guest telling you that he has your number blacklisted.
Get that freak stuff out of here.
It's the best news I've heard all day. Best news. All right, Tasty Licks Barbecue. That's TastyLicksBBQ.com. Hey, here's the good news. We're not on a time limit now because we're not on Outdoor Cooking Channel, much to my chagrin. I don't even know what chagrin means. So just stick around. Stick around. Oh, right. What do I want to do that now? I don't know. Let me go back with this joint.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio.
I don't know how I get blacklisted.
Listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
877-448-0433. Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. After our conversation with Rob, or Rub, depending on how you know him, we still have the slabs giving away a backyarder. Backyarder contains a 12.5 ounce container of Perk Up Your Pork, Wow Up Your Cow, Birds and Bones, a 16 ounce bottle of Complete Your Meat barbecue sauce, and a 16 ounce bottle of Amazing Glaze. Wow. It's awesome. Who don't want that? I want it. So stay tuned. We'll be giving away the slab stuff after we talk with my next guest. Helping me close the show tonight, one of the hottest pitmasters on the circuit right now. 2 weeks ago, took the first grand champion in the 2013 Sam's Club Series race this year. Here to recap that event, talk some other barbecue. None other than the pitmaster of the top-ranked competition team, according to the nationalbarbecuerankings.com. Let's go ahead and race over to the hotline, and welcome back, friend of the show, Rob Bagby. Rob, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. How you doing, Greg?
Suffering through technical difficulties like one would not believe, but I appreciate you making time for the show tonight, Rob. I know it's a couple weeks removed, but as you look back on that Tampa event, how did that weekend go for you, and was there anything unusual that you had to contend with during the cook?
Yeah, it was, lately all my contests have been a little bit unusual. probably starting about a year ago, my boss at work has tightened up on me. I'm letting me get off on Friday afternoons early. And so I've been having to work a full day. And I'm not getting into the contest until usually after the Cooks meeting. And Tampa was similar. I think I got there probably at 5 or maybe 5:30 on Friday evening. And I believe the Cooks meeting was probably at 4. So, yeah, I got in late and, I go lock myself in the trailer and scramble and try to catch up with everybody else who's been there since first thing in the morning. I managed to do that. And then I got my fire going on my pit burner or my stick burner. And I don't know what it was. I had I think it was fresh pecan, and it just did not smell good at all. And I had to totally disassemble my fire, after I got that going because it was just too bad to put the food in. And, just the usual good old stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like a hoot and a holler. What time do you usually, before the boss decided to be the man, what time did you usually prefer to show up for events?
I used to try to get there at the latest at about 3:30, 4 o'clock on Friday. If it was an out-of-state or way out of town, I'd try to go. I'd take off all of Friday and go Thursday after work. But, lately here, it's been 5 o'clock is usually about the earliest I can get there. And, I've gotten there as late as 7:30, I think, 8 o'clock.
Because there's still all the prep stuff that you need to do. I mean, if people don't understand about competitions, it's not like you're just pulling up there, 6, 7 o'clock at night, and then you can just start a fire and you're off and running. There's inspection. You got to get all the meat prepped and get it injected and let it sit around and do all this other stuff. I mean, that's all time involved.
Yeah, exactly. I try to have at least 2 of the 4 meats trimmed. Invariably something happens and I don't get around to the dreaded chicken. But, I go in with my big meats ready to inject. And, you're right. You can't just light the fire and throw them on and go. First of all, I got to try to hunt down somebody to inject them. And, being after the Cooks meeting, a lot of times they're already headed off to dinner or something. So I scramble and try and get that squared away. And then just as fast as I can, I get the injection in there and then try to wrap up my chicken, which I usually don't have ready to go. And I usually kind of get a start late on the fire, or a late start on the fire also. It used to be I'd like to start around 8 o'clock and go nice and slow and easy for a while, but lately it's probably been 10, 10:30, 11 before I'm getting the food on at all. So it's changed up some, but it still seems to be working. So I can't complain too much.
Yeah, well, absolutely. The results speak for themselves. Are you a single team guy?
Yeah. The only time I have teammates with me is if we're close to home and we're vending on a Saturday. My crew will show up Saturday morning. But even then, I'm getting all the vending food ready on Friday along with the contest and stuff like that. But, all the other times I'm a solo guy.
Rob Bagby joining me here on the show. Swamp Boys Barbecue is the team name. SwampBoys.com is the website. Rob, as we look at Sam's Club, and then, of course, this is going to be out of the Hendersonville Regional, it's kind of unique in the fact that there are a handful of events that take place literally like right now and a couple weeks ago. I think the next round for you, for the Sam's Club, is until like middle of September or something like that. Does that bother you at all as far as like any type of a momentum sense, or could you care less?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. Actually, I'm usually, for whatever reason, down here in Florida, we compete year round. We don't really have an off season. Actually, our off season is more like June and July. But so I don't know why it is, but for some reason, my January, February, March are usually pretty painful for me as far as results go. So I'm happy that the second round of it isn't until later in the year because I'm usually getting a pretty good stride by then. So, I've got no problem with that at all. Plus, it gives me some time to raise some money to make those long drives out to Hendersonville. That's like, 12, 13 hours away. So, I've got no problem with it at all. It is kind of strange, though, that it's such a huge gap between the first and second round.
All right, so if we look at specifically the meets in this contest, and you go through showing up, 5:30 Friday night, the prep, you have the fire issue. But, man, we look at the individual category results, and you are top of the game, second place in chicken, which is obviously the first event or the first category that's called out. When you hear second place chicken, did you think the chicken was on that day? And is getting that call in chicken, regardless of its first or 10th place, is it always good to get a call in chicken to kind of get that momentum rolling?
Oh, it's awesome. That makes such a big difference in my mental mood at the awards. I was at a contest this past weekend, and I just thought I had nailed my chicken and got no call, and it just totally crapped me out for the whole thing. I ended up being third overall, but I sure wasn't expecting anything. So to get that second place at Sam's Club, that was a really good feeling. It set the stage, and I had pretty high hopes. But I liked my first and second categories. My third and fourth, I thought maybe weak, but didn't turn out that way.
No, and so are you a fairly consistent chicken cook, or are you up and down?
I wish I could say I was consistent, and I thought I was for a while, and then I look at some FBA Team of the Year points, current, and I believe that's my weakest category. So, I thought, or I think I'm onto something good. I just haven't gotten it dialed in yet to where it consistently scores for me.
So you get the momentum rolling, second place in chicken for that category overall. You go to ribs. Third place overall for that one. So, again, huge score. Now 2 calls, very high calls. How did the ribs seem that day, if you recall?
I thought they were really good. I was pretty excited about my ribs. And, I'm buddies with Three Eyes, and he and I were standing next to each other at awards. And I believe I beat him on chicken, and then he edged me out in ribs by 1. And so, losing, I know he's a heck of a rib cook. So coming in second to him, or third to his second, I wanted to beat him in it, but I was pretty satisfied that I was that close.
You go on to pork, again, huge call, third overall. You got to be feeling pretty kind of good at this point with a second, now 2/3. Was the pork good, and kind of what's your mindset at this point?
Yeah, I tell you, honest to goodness, the pork is, in any contest, that's my toughest for me to judge as to how the judges will like it. I try to cook it as consistently as I can every time and nail it every time, but I just have I can't taste the pork and say, wow, they're going to love this. I think I've gotten so burned out on pork over the years that I just can't get excited about it anymore. But, I knew I hit my spots, and, the temperatures that I wanted, and everything looked beautiful. So, I was hoping. I wasn't super confident, but I felt like I had done what I needed to do.
Rob Bagby joining me here on the show, recounting a couple weeks ago at the very first Sam's Club event in Tampa, Florida for the 2013 season for that race. Last category, of course, is brisket. First place overall. So the judges liked it. Did you like it as much as the judges?
No, I didn't. You hear this a lot. I thought that was my weakest category by, considerable amount. I didn't get the tenderness that I wanted out of it. The taste was okay, but I thought I missed the tenderness part. And that's the highest KCBS category score I've ever received. So I was pretty excited about that.
So after you get the brisket call, do you pretty much know at this point, because I imagine you're kind of keeping track of everybody else that's had calls, after you get the first place, do you think that you pretty much have this deal wrapped up at that point?
Yeah, you don't want to admit that. That's huge bad luck, and, you just kind of play it off and, kind of act oblivious to the whole thing. It's like, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And because I've seen it happen numerous times where, guys think, oh, yeah, I nailed this contest, and they start high-fiving their teammates, and comes up to great GC time, and something happened, they didn't get it. So, I try never to celebrate too early, but way deep down inside, I didn't want to let it surface, but I was feeling pretty darn good.
So when you get
you you never know until that last call is made.
When you get that last call and it's you, I mean, does it rank right up there with one of the top finishes you've ever done, or is it just kind of like a stepping stone to the ultimate goal of trying to make it to the finals?
It was definitely a good one. I don't get to cook too many KCBS contests, so any KCBS contest I can win is, a memorable one. It's an exciting one for me. And there was definitely some tough competition there, so I was happy about that. My goal this year, I always set up a big time, an annual goal for myself barbecuing wise. My goal this year was to earn my way to the Jack via the 7 GCs.
Yep.
And unfortunately, this one was not a qualifier, so I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I'm holding my big celebrations for the qualifying wins.
Rob Bagby joining me here on the show. When you cook a contest like this, you need to finish in that top 6 to move on to the next round. So knowing that, are you coming in cooking this contest to move on, or are you coming in, kind of looking to murder some souls and win that competition?
I go into every contest with the mindset that I'm going in there to win. My weekends are too valuable, my time's too valuable to just go and say, okay, it's not like an Olympic high jumper who just has to get through a round to make it to the next round, and they can kind of go half-ass and get through it. I want to go full tilt every time and try to win. I mean, I have a lot of fun and I enjoy all the friendships, but I've discovered a competitive side to me here with all this that it drives me. I want to win.
I was looking at these teams a few weeks prior, coming out of this field in Tampa. I mean, really a stacked field. The teams that moved on are some of the best teams out there on the circuit right now. If you're playing prognosticator just for fun, do you see the Sam's Club winner coming out of this local event?
That's a good question. And I was a little disappointed, and I don't want to sound like sour grapes, but the Southeast flavor profiles just weren't really appreciated over in Arkansas this past year. I don't know. I'm not sure what it was in years past, but we had some excellent teams going out there who just got hammered. I was one of them. I came in 30th out of 50 or something, and I had a fantastic cook. I'm not taking anything away from anybody who's won, because I know everybody there was a fantastic cook. But I just don't know, except for the Blue Bloods, I believe they're, isn't that David Mora out of Louisiana,
mm-hmm.
and of course Dan Three Eyes out of Maryland. They might have more national appeal with their flavor profiles. I don't know. We might have ours dialed in too tight down here or something. Maybe not as generally accepted. But I don't know. During the year, I'm going to see if I can't broaden my flavor a little bit so it appeals more across the country, I guess. I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that, but I don't know. It's something I got to work on. I know quality-wise, the quality of teams that were there, I'd put them against anybody in the country,
yeah,
depending on where the cook-off is. And it's used to happen the same way when we had the best of the best down here in Waycross, Georgia, or just north of us up in Waycross, Georgia. It was the southern teams who would predominantly do well there, despite the great teams coming in from across the country. So it's a little bit of a regional thing, but it's something we can overcome and figure out how to beat.
Rob Bagby joining me here on the show. SwampBoys.com is the website. Rob, where are you going to be at next?
Let's see. I've got a contest. I wish you wouldn't have asked me. I think it's in Fort Myers, Florida. An FBA contest.
you're a guy that you're based out of Winter Haven, Florida. FBA, obviously, very big down there, obviously, and you've been past president, big supporter of FBA, but you do cook some KCBS from time to time. Would you say that you consider yourself an FBA guy who cooks KCBS, or if so, would you like to turn it to a KCBS guy who cooks FBA, or are you equally involved and passionate about both?
I'm pretty passionate about both. It's just a matter of geography. That I just am FBA. I was born in the FBA, so to speak, and this is where my first, my true love is. But I love the KCBS just as much as FBA. It's just a matter of not having that many close to us. Now, like we had the Pensacola contest this coming weekend, and I was talking to some guys and thinking about going up to it. But, if I can't leave work until 3, it's a 7.5-hour drive up there. So that'd be too much of a hill to climb, I believe, getting there at 11 o'clock at night and then trying to be competitive. That'd be a major challenge.
Oh, no doubt about it. That would probably be out of the realm of possibility. But you're going to be out at Fort Myers next. So, and then, of course, many months down the road, regional round in Hendersonville, Tennessee for Sam's Club. We're talking with Rob Bagby, the pitmaster of Swamp Boys barbecue team. And again, the website is swampboys.com if you want to check them out. Rob, always appreciate the time. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Greg, I sure appreciate you having me. Thank you.
My pleasure. There he is. Class act, buddy. Rob Bagby. We call him Rub if you know. Call him Rub if you know. All right.
This is Bobby.
Whoa. Hold on a second, Bobby Jennifer. There we go. All right, last one of the night. Then we'll tie it up. Got one more giveaway for those that have hung on patiently. The Slabs giveaway coming up right after this. March 15th and 16th, so like 2 weeks from now, more or less. The Smokin' at the Run barbecue contest will be held at the Buffalo Run Hotel and Casino in Miami, Oklahoma. I will be hosting this event or emceeing the event. It's a first-time barbecue contest sanctioned by the Kansas City Barbecue Society. There's a guaranteed $7,500 overall purse. Guess what? Just informed by Top Men, better known as David Qualls, sold out. That's right. Small waiting list. If you were thinking about getting on board, email them and see if you can't get on a waiting list. You might be +4 right now. It's going to be a very hotly contested, very popular competition. The entry fee is $200. That gets you the 20 by 40 spot on pavement. A few electrical runs as well. Don't know if there's any available anymore since we're sold out. But you can visit buffalorun.com and then click on the banner at the homepage for full details and contact information. It can all be found right there. We're going to kick the competition season off in spectacular fashion out there in Miami, Oklahoma. Join me along with other pitmasters. They will be vying to be that first grand champion at this event. Competition is being organized by David Qualls. He is a competition cook. He knows what it's like to cook in a well-run contest, so you know he's going to bring it strong at this event. So again, head over to buffalorun.com, click on that Smokin' at the Run banner for more info and to possibly get your name on that waiting list. Again, $200, $7,500 guaranteed payout, and me hosting the event. Could be better than that. Folks, remember, this is a first-time event in Miami, Oklahoma. It's like the northeast corner of the state. First-time event. Promoters having trouble getting teams to your event? I'm not going to say that I helped sell out this contest, but, draw your own deductions. Draw your own conclusions. U.S. David. Be confident this thing was going to sell out? I don't know. Having me on to MC the event, a benefit? Fucking A right. We're going to have a great time. And if you can't cook in there, you just want to come and hang out, love to see you. We'll be out there March 15th and 16th, Smokin' at the Run in Miami, Oklahoma at the world-famous Buffalo Run Hotel and Casino. There's nightclubs there, too, Friday night, party. Maybe have a little house show for Barbecue Central. Who knows? BuffaloRun.com. That's BuffaloRun.com. I will see you there in a couple weeks. Looking forward to that. All right, your chance to win the Slabs Backyarder Kit coming up straight away. Stick around. We'll be right back.
the time where we give stuff away. People give us stuff on the show to give away at no money for you. That's why it's free. Send an email on its way when I tell you to. That's why we give stuff away.
All right, your chance to win the Slabs Backyarder. Contains a 12.5-ounce container of Perk Up Your Pork, Wow Your Cow, Birds and Bones, a 16-ounce bottle of Complete Your Meat barbecue sauce, and a 16-ounce bottle of Amazing Glaze. I want to thank Stephanie Wilson and the Barbecue Pimp and all the gang over there, the slabs.com, slabs.com. Visit slabs.com and grab your own Backyarder kit if you don't win it. But you can win it if you say, "The show must go on" in the subject line of your email. Send it right now. Don't put anything in the body. Just put "The show must go on" in the subject line and hit send. You could win the Backyarder. Good luck.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, we're back. 877-448-0433. Greg at the BBQCentralShow.com. Just waiting for the winner here, and then we'll torch out. The people that are playing right here on this show, right? 3 Years Hollow. They're on tour nationally. Go to 3yearshollow.com and check them out, man. They were going to come through Cleveland, and then something happened, and they ended up going through Columbus, and I was working and couldn't get down there or whatever. But at some point, they're going to be back through Cleveland. I will take the chemical ride down there and check out 3 Years Hollow. I love that kind of music. All right, looks like we got a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, winning The Show Must Go On, Alan Frankel wins the Backyarder. Alan, send me another email with your shipping info and put Backyarder in the subject line. We'll get you taken care of. All right. So thanks again to Rob Bagby for hanging with me through what has been a technically sabotaged show. But we got the second hour pretty much figured out. So at least people will have 1 hour of podcast to listen to, but only in the audio sense. Sorry about that.
Big stuff out of here.
What are you going to do? Take what you can get. All right, let's wrap it up. Back in the first hour, who was disjointed, Meathead. We'll get him back on. We'll talk about completely new stuff. Maybe that's what it is. We almost started to rehash too much, maybe. Is that what it was? And the computer gods were frowning. Who knows? Then in the second hour, sales and marketing director for Green Mountain Grills, Jason Baker, came on, introduced the new portable grill that's going to be coming out. New portable pellet cooker. It's going to be about $400. Going to weigh about 50 pounds. Going to hold 10 pounds of pellets. So, you have a nice entry into the pellet cooker if you're looking to get into that. Plus, you can take it away. And, of course, helping me close the show tonight, official Rob Bagby, we call him Rub, pitmaster of Swamp Boys barbecue team, recapped his win over the very first Tampa Sam's Club event. We'll see how it goes next week. Worst case scenario, we're back to audio only. I'll let you know. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook, it's /Greg.Rempe, I believe. You can follow me on Twitter at BBQ Central Show. And, of course, subscribe to the newsletter. You will get a heads up roughly 5 hours prior to the show hitting the air live on Tuesday this coming, so you know how to tune in to get the show. But one way or another, we'll figure it out. What can I tell you? If you have raw cast iron, make sure that you season it after each and every use. That way you eliminate that rust that could build up on there, because once the rust gets on raw cast iron, it's miserable. Also, September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. Till next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, however we do it, your proud U.S. your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe, good night now.